have you guys felt the return to normalcy lately?
In Vegas, yeah.
And of course, you guys.
Y'all fully open like
100%.
end of May?
No, done. Oh, June 1st. We were
Utah is pretty crazy. Utah is like almost pre-COVID. You know,
Really? No masks?
'cause in Vegas, you still, I think it's by choice.
Yeah.
So it's, if you still want to wear a mask, you wear a mask. Some businesses, you wear a mask, some you don't. So it's like everyone gets to choose what they want. Utah, I don't think I saw a single person with a mask.
Oh, you know what
Since
pissed me
January,
off
too.
yesterday? Fucking Newsom recalled June 15. We're not opening anymore.
Pussy, bro.
Hey, what the fuck? I've been looking forward to June 15th. What the fuck?
Yeah, he just announced yesterday.
Wait.
Hold on.
So what's the new date?
Second?
What are the rules?
No, they're not giving us a date anymore.
How come it doesn't just get jumped on the podium? Like the minute he announces it, some fools just start coming up like a whale.
So you know they've been giving out fucking. You know they've been doing lottos for vaccine people that have been taking vaccines. Yeah. You win like 50 grand, right? So he's on this
you
fucking.
kidding me?
That lottery is crazy. You only need at least one shot, and people from the ages of 12 and up qualify. So a 13-year-old kid can win this vaccine lottery, and nobody can touch it. It's put in a bank account that's saved for them that they can access once they turn 18.
And you get 50
How
grand.
is this legal?
I think it's 15 people getting 1.5 each.
1.5 million?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
How is this legal?
I'm trying to get my 4th shot.
This is like their incentive to get people to get the vaccine.
This shit's so weird because those are like some like really cheap marketing tactics.
Absolutely, it feels cheap.
Yeah, it's
Feels like a book fair,
It's like,
remember, kids?
it's like winning a sweepstakes. Like
Yeah.
you fill out this fucking form at the mall, you get this boat, you know?
Yeah.
So he was on that. He's getting the winning picks, and then he did like a press conference, right? And they kept pressing him about like, oh, so what does the June 15 opening look like? Is it like before? Is there mask mandate? Is it fully whatever? And then he basically kind of caves in and says like he's like calling it. He's not gonna open it up
Because he don't got a plan, probably.
because we're still in a state of emergency. Here's why people believe we're still in a state of emergency is because while we're in a state of emergency, he cannot be taken out of office.
What a fucking bitch.
Oh my god.
So
We're in the yellow though
so
now.
he's tying in like the last things he needs to before he thinks he's gonna get kicked out.
So he's trying to like play all the loopholes.
He's trying to stay in as long as he can because he could milk out whatever he needs to milk out.
I'm not even surprised.
Damn, man.
What a shady
He
dude.
knows what's coming.
We're in like the yellow. Like we are like. So
That's all you guys needed, right? Like that's what we needed, the vaccination.
What's even the scale? Yellow.
orange, red, and then purple. I think.
We're doing really good as a state.
Purple for like a long time during
Yeah.
like the height, but then
Yeah.
like we're back in yellow now. So it's like, is that an emergency?
From purple to yellow, we're good.
So
bro.
yellow's caution. Take caution, right? It's not emergency.
I went to the movie theater the other day.
You did?
There
How's
was
that?
10 people in the theater. It was great.
Nice.
It's a Quiet Place too.
Quiet Place
It
too.
felt.
And it was a quiet place, huh?
Great. It was great. It felt. It felt great. Like all the row. I had all the seats.
You have to watch it with the mask on?
Nah, nobody
No?
was wearing a mask, bro. I was eating popcorn.
Oh.
I had movie theater nachos.
Ooh, that's
Hell
lit.
yeah.
Damn, that's tight.
You have jalapenos on it?
Hell yeah, dog. Of course I did. Nah, dude, it was empty. It was great. Great movie, and it felt good to be like, man, this is what movies used to be.
Did the
like.
actors have masks on?
Yeah, they did.
They did, huh?
Yeah.
Some of those TV shows they have them. I'm like, this is weird.
No, not in Quiet Place too.
It wasn't necessary. They're not talking.
They should wear masks though. That's the one thing I did have.
Well, they had a different kind of pandemic in the movie.
People were getting eaten alive, but they were wearing masks to make sure they were okay.
But if you give the monsters COVID, they die.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, but yeah. So I have here an article. Basically, someone took a poll. God.
Hole in the hole.
It's so rare when it happens. I like it.
Someone took a poll and basically found that
Someone put a toll.
I do that shit all the time.
Someone sucked the hole.
And we all understood what he meant.
Totally.
39% of people are saying that they would rather quit their job than go back to work in an office
What from the US?
from the U.S. Yeah.
And
You know
does that
there's a
have to do
worker
with
shortage,
unemployment?
Has nothing to do with unemployment. It's just they don't want to go back to an office.
Oh, okay. So they'd rather
Plain
work
and
from
simple.
home.
Yeah, they're like, this proves that we can work diligently at home.
Yeah.
There's no need to be micromanaged by anyone.
Yeah, that's what you think. You probably suck. You probably
a
do
lot
need
of
to be
companies are
fucking
basically-
micromanaged. Fuck you.
A lot of companies are saying like, yeah, you can't. Someone actually said, CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase was like, yeah, for those that don't want to go to an office, they obviously don't want to hustle.
Yes.
Like the idea of hustling, you got to be in an office and you got to work.
There's no company
collectively.
culture. There, you don't want to. You don't give a fuck about anybody. Like, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
I hate it.
we're the fucking Los Angeles Lakers and we practice separately. Let's zoom in. I'm shooting my free throws. What about you guys? You shooting your free throws?
Some people actually have to work harder that you're not in the office because you can't get immediate
No.
response. So you have to wait for them to email and whatever, and then you have to wait all day
No.
because you're
I'm
on
not
their
about it.
time. Yeah, but if you're in the office, you just go, hey, what about this and this? Okay, cool.
Well, and you can structure your life now, right? Because it's like
There's
from this
more
time to
work-life
this time.
balance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it just gets done. It moves on. Like,
That's true. That's assuming that people can't balance their own lives by
think it
working from
depends
home,
on-
right? Because it
Yeah.
gives you a lot of freedom to just kind of do whatever the fuck you
Yeah.
want, as long as you get your deadlines in, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there seems to be a developing case of like workers not wanting to go back and would actually rather quit than
please quit.
That's crazy.
Go away.
a lot of bosses and a lot of just companies in general are like trying to get back to normal. Like they're trying to get back to pre-pandemic ways, and the journey there might actually take longer than expected.
It's hard.
Yeah, that transition. We just got so used to this past year of like
Yeah.
being at home and on a different kind of program. And
Like, I get that people are scared. Like, I understand people's comfort levels aren't there yet. I completely get it. Like, some of our staff, they're still not, completely comfortable. But, like, I feel like I have to feel that they want to make it work. And if I feel like they want to make it work, then I'm like, hell yeah. Okay, cool. That, like, we can meet somewhere in the middle where you're comfortable and we can still, like I feel comfortable. But if they're just like, no, I'm not doing it, it's just like, bro, like,
Can't help but to think there's ulterior motives.
it's rough. It's
Who
hard.
wants to go into work though?
Nobody.
Right?
Nobody.
So like I would
If
say
you hate your job.
most people, a job is a job. Like it's not your passion, it's not your purpose.
That's true.
It's a task to make money.
yeah.
And when you have that kind of feeling, it's like, well, fuck, I'm just trying to play hooky. And I remember doing that shit. I don't want to fucking go to work, right? But then when I'm there, I hustle. And then I liked it because I get to go home and separate it.
Yeah.
But then when I start to love what I did, then it doesn't matter. And then also the nature of work too. Like if your work relies on being in a physical place, like your office space or whatever, and you need access to people and you can work efficiently that way, makes sense. But if you can prove that you can do it at home efficiently too, why not? So it just depends on what it is. It's not a blanket, With
Yeah, it
technology
never
now,
is.
you can do so much at home.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
never is, but it doesn't matter how good your technology is. It's like, just like you or someone said, like, just getting immediate answers. Like, this person would have to be fucking glued to their computer and their phone, so as soon as something comes in, it's like we can get immediate feedback. I don't know how many
Yeah.
people are really down to do that shit. Like, the pool
True.
gets a lot smaller.
But I mean, like, let's say you're working customer service, right? You can be a stay-at-home doing that. You just answer on the phone all day.
True.
Yeah. Or like, there's jobs now that you can do without going into the office. So it all depends. If you can crush it, and for me, I'm like, I don't have to pay rent for this big ass office building.
Yeah.
Fuck it, right? So I don't know, man. It all depends on if you can crush it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like thinking during like the early pandemic days of like, oh snaps, do companies even need offices anymore? Like, are we ever gonna go back to offices? But now that we're coming back out, it seems like the story is we do need offices.
Yeah.
A lot of companies are like, yeah, we're gonna get back into the office.
It helps when everyone's in one place though.
Yeah.
Like you just have access. And then you can associate that place with work and your home for fucking and sleeping.
Masturbation.
Don't eat there, though.
That's my masturbation
All the
shit.
work stuff at home is really cutting into my masturbation time. That's how a lot of people are thinking about it. That's
Yeah.
how 30% of people are thinking about it.
Yeah, there's such a shortage. I think I heard, at least in Vegas, there's certain McDonald's that are handing out iPhones. Like, if you can
If you
stay,
work?
if you can stay on the job, I think for like a few months or like a year or something like that, they start giving you like they
Yeah,
start
we
at
just
15
went to
bucks.
a taco stand, and then we were like, what? I forgot how we got into this conversation, but he was like, nobody wants to work, bro.
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
asking them if they're gonna expand because they're like one of the most poppin' taco stands. And
Yeah, he's like, no one wants to fucking work.
It's funny. I had the same conversation with this taco shop by my house, and they were like really busy, and they're like, "Hey, sorry, we're so overstaffed." And I was like, so understaffed. And I was like, "Why is that?" He goes, "We can't get anybody to come back to work because unemployment is too legit. It's too good right
That's
now."
what happens when you pay people to not work. Is what I don't have to work anymore. Shit.
yeah, we have friends in Montana. They're like saying it's even hard to go to restaurants now because all of them are lacking servers.
Dude, I don't know if it's like the broke hustler in me, but if I can get government assistance and get a cash job under the table, I'd fucking do
A lot
both.
of people were doing that, like in the manufacturing industry.
I'll do both.
They
Because
were
that's like
doing
I
that.
get double income,
Absolutely.
dude.
But that's how they were able to still work through the pandemic. They were like, hey, yeah, get your shit, but I'm gonna pay you under the table so that we can keep manufacturing, so we can get ahead of.
I think that's the hustler in you.
But it is illegal though, so
Yeah, yeah.
like it's kind of
100%.
business owners and workers, you get in
100%.
big trouble.
our landscaper that built our LA pool, their whole team, because construction is essential work. They just kept going.
Yeah.
Construction never really stopped.
None of their staff was like, "Oh, I don't want to work. I'll get unemployment." Like their team was just such a strong team. They just kept going, finishing this house and then this house and this house.
Well, that's kind of what I noticed about like jobs that have immigrants, like farming or whatever, or like labor. They non-stop hustling,
Well, they came here for an opportunity
Yeah.
and a better life.
and they don't get stimulus checks. Yeah. So it makes sense.
And if they don't work, they don't get paid.
Yeah, that makes sense because they have to. But I don't know. It's just weird. I think the more privileged or American or whatever we become, like none of us really want to work.
But also, on the same token,
want
we have friends that also own companies in like the YouTube space, and they fired themselves from their own company so they can get unemployment. But that's not even something that crossed our mind,
No, that's just
Oh my
cheating the system.
God, that is shady.
We have friends in the same space,
Yeah. They
similar
How
positions.
do you fire yourself?
So you and your company are not the same, right? Like you're technically an employee of your own company.
Yeah.
So they fire themselves from the company. So on the business they have 0 employees, but themselves as the employee is now unemployed.
Yeah.
So now they can file for all the unemployment benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can technically play that game, but that's not even something that even crossed.
Our minds, we didn't even do that. I should have fired myself.
We should have fired both of us.
I know.
I fire you.
You guys are on the same.
We should make
go to the
YouTube
office?
videos like I fire Bart. So there's proof.
All in favor? Everyone is their hands.
Unemployment, motherfucker.